Ever felt like your project management tool is less of a helping hand and more of a digital obstacle course? You're trying to stay organized, but it feels like you're wrestling a digital octopus? Specifically, has that octopus been called Asana, and you're now eyeing the calmer waters of Microsoft Planner? You're not alone. We've all been there, staring at a screen, wondering if there's a better way, a smoother transition, a less tentacle-y experience. Let's face it, project management tools are supposed to simplify our lives, not complicate them. Maybe Asana's robust features, once a selling point, are now feeling overwhelming. Or perhaps your team is already deeply embedded in the Microsoft ecosystem and you need a seamless integration. Or, let's be real, maybe you just want to see if the grass is greener on the other side of the digital fence. Whatever the reason, you're here because you're considering migrating from Asana to Microsoft Planner. Now, migrating project data can feel like moving your entire house. Daunting, time-consuming, and prone to losing that one sock you really liked. But fear not. We're going to break down this process into manageable steps, transforming this potential headache into a smooth, dare I say, enjoyable transition. Before we dive into the how-to, let's understand why this switch might be beneficial. Microsoft Planner, as part of the Microsoft 365 suite, offers tight integration with other Microsoft tools like Teams, Outlook, and SharePoint. This can streamline communication and collaboration within your organization, especially if you're already a heavy Microsoft user. Planner's simplicity and intuitive interface make it easy for teams to get up and running quickly, without a steep learning curve. Okay, let's get down to brass tacks. You're ready to make the leap, but how do you actually move your projects from Asana to Planner? Unfortunately, there's no direct one-click migration button. We're going to be looking at a manual but structured approach. Step 1. Planning and preparation. This is crucial. Don't just jump in and start copying and pasting. Take a moment to assess your current Asana setup. What projects are active? Which ones are archived? What tasks are essential? Which are, let's be honest, just clutter? This is your opportunity to declutter your project management life. Create a spreadsheet, yes, a good old-fashioned spreadsheet, to map out your Asana projects and tasks. List the project names, task names, assignees, due dates, and any relevant notes. This will be your migration blueprint. Step 2. Exporting data from Asana. Asana allows you to export projects as CSV files. This is where your spreadsheet comes in handy. Navigate to the project you want to export. Click the 3 dots in the top right corner and select Export/Print, then CSV. Repeat this for each project you want to migrate. Keep in mind that while CSV files are great for data, they don't capture everything. You'll lose visual elements, comments, and attachments, but we'll address those later. Step 3. Setting up your planner in Microsoft 365. Now head over to Microsoft Planner. If you're not already using it, you might need to enable it in your Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Create a new plan for each of your Asana projects. Name them accordingly and set up the buckets, which are similar to Asana's sections or columns. Step 4. Manually transferring tasks. This is the most time-consuming part, but it's essential. Using your spreadsheet as a guide, manually recreate each task in Planner. Input the task name, assignees, due dates, and any relevant notes. For attachments and comments, you'll need to manually download them from Asana and upload them to the corresponding tasks in Planner. This is where the bulk of the manual work lives. Step 5. Review and refinement. Once you've transferred all your tasks, take some time to review your Planner setup. Ensure that all tasks are correctly assigned, due dates are accurate, and attachments are in place. This is also a good time to fine-tune your buckets and labels to fit your team's workflow in Planner. Tips and tricks for a smoother transition. Start with a pilot project. Don't migrate everything at once. Pick a small, non-critical project to test the process. This will help you identify any potential issues before you migrate your entire portfolio. Communicate with your team. Keep your team informed about the migration process. Let them know what to expect and when. This will minimize disruption and ensure everyone is on the same page. Utilize Microsoft Power Automate. While there isn't a direct migration tool, you can use Power Automate to automate some parts of the process. For example, you can create flows to automatically create tasks in Planner based on entries in your spreadsheet. This requires some technical know-how, but it can save you a lot of time. Leverage Microsoft Teams integration. If your team uses Microsoft Teams, integrate your Planner plans into Teams channels. This will provide a central hub for communication and collaboration. Consider third-party tools. There are some third-party tools that claim to facilitate migration between project management platforms. However, make sure to do thorough research and choose a reputable tool. Focus on the essentials. Remember, this is an opportunity to streamline your workflow. Don't just migrate everything. Focus on the essential tasks and projects that are critical to your team's success. Training and onboarding. Ensure your team is properly trained on how to use Microsoft Planner. Provide resources and support to help them get up to speed. Potential challenges and how to overcome them. Data loss. As mentioned earlier, CSV exports won't capture everything. Be prepared to manually transfer attachments and comments. Time commitment. Migrating data manually can be time-consuming. Allocate sufficient time for the process and consider breaking it down into smaller, manageable chunks. Learning curve. Microsoft Planner has a different interface and workflow than Asana. Provide training and support to help your team adapt. Integration issues. Ensure that your Microsoft 365 environment is properly configured to support Planner integration. The benefits of switching. Despite the challenges, migrating to Microsoft Planner can offer significant benefits. The tight integration with other Microsoft 365 apps can streamline communication and collaboration, improve efficiency, and reduce the need for multiple platforms. Planner simplicity and intuitive interface can make it easier for teams to get up and running quickly, and the familiar Microsoft environment can ease the transition for many users. Ultimately, the decision to migrate from Asana to Microsoft Planner depends on your specific needs and preferences. Consider your team's workflow, your organization's existing technology stack, and the long-term benefits of each platform. This isn't a decision to take lightly, but with proper planning and execution, you can make a smooth and successful transition. Remember, the goal is to find a project management tool that empowers your team to work efficiently and effectively. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.